Hello and welcome back. As you'll have seen, we've made quite a bit of progress since last time. We've set up this automatic melon farm so we don't have to waste our precious time harvesting pumpkins. It's a pumpkin farm, not a melon farm. I'm crazy. Anyway, we made an automatic pumpkin farm so we don't have to spend our time getting it ourselves manually. And I have done quite a bit of work getting all these librarians up to snuff. These guys are apprentice, but as you see, we got high piercing. This one sells us protection 4, not a 5, but sometimes you just take what you can get. And we got everything from power 5, and infinity, multi-shot, mending, unbreaking 3, so we got all the big ones, really. However, we've run into a slight issue. And that is, it takes a lot of XP in order to apply all those enchantment books to our items, armor, weapons, etc. So, I've used some of it to upgrade one of our pickaxes here, so we now have loot and scoot, and our quicker picker-upper. So one for silk touch, one with fortune 3, and just to up our combat abilities, I upgraded a sword and I've enchanted this axe so initially so we could get pumpkins quicker. However, in one of these chests, I think I put it in this one, we have a bunch of protection 4 for our armor, and I have other items that I want to... other enchantments that we want to put on our armor. However, that's going to take a ton of XP, and XP we don't have. We don't get it easily, we don't get it quickly. However, we do have the skeleton spawner over here. But we have no easy access to it, and it is completely undeveloped. So our task at the moment is to fix, I'd say, two main problems. One is to get easy access to the skeleton farmer location, and second, to develop that area so we can harvest XP nice and quick, and bones, etc., etc. Now, you might say, we can just build like we did over here down to there. Now, we could, but I really don't want to deal with more water, and since it's terribly annoying to work with, I don't want to put in that kind of effort. So instead, I have come up with an alternative idea. This part here, right here, happens to line up pretty closely with where let me just put on mini hut here so we can see our coordinates. See, the X one is the most important one. So it's about 145 over here. And that lines up relatively closely with, or more or less actually dead on with where that skeleton spawner point is. So I've come up with this, I said so again, but I've come up with this handy method that I think will be fun to execute. And basically what we're going to do is build this mechanism down here using some sticky pistons. And then we basically just press a button over here or over here, and this central block will get pulled out from under us, pulled to the side, and then we just fall straight down to the level of the skeleton spawner. And then over here, we will figure out a mechanism that will let us pop back up from the skeleton spawner. That way I don't have to do anything over here and create like this long winding path. Here we just hit a button, fall down, and we can zoom off to the skeleton spawner. Now, in order to do that though, we need to get our hands on some slime. Because in order to make the pistons work, we're gonna need some slime balls. That, however, is kind of an issue since we haven't run into any slimes. We also haven't run into a swamp area or anything else. So I've opted to make my life a little bit easier, and as is clear, I have Mini HUD installed. Great mod. And we're just going to use that to find ourselves these slime chunks. And we will just develop one of them, make it so that slimes can spawn on them, and then we just hope for the best. Several slimes spawn, and we'll collect the slime balls that we do. So here we got 2 adjacent slime blocks. I'm just going to build this up with dirt, and we'll wait till night comes, and we'll try to get those, said her again. Anyway. And we will wait for some slime spawns, hit them with our diamond sword. Gotta think of a nice name for it yet. And just, yeah, collect slime balls, and then that way we can begin building. Oh, there we go. And that way we can start our little project. So, let's get to it. I just looked into how slime chunks work, and the slimes don't spawn above Y40. So this is entirely useless and a complete waste of time. Well, we'll go digging. We'll solve it. We got this. We'll actually build a proper slime farm instead, I guess. Alrighty, off we go. I've done some digging here and outlined a single slime block, or slime chunk, and my general idea here is that everything below here I'm gonna end up digging out so we can make slime spawn, as is a typical for a slime farm. And then what I'm gonna do is when they die and they drop their slime balls is that I'm gonna have, kind of depending on what side they fall down on, if I remember how to build them correctly, I'll look up a tutorial when I get there. Anyway, when they die, I'm gonna have the slime blocks go to either this way and or this way and have them transported up, and then I'm gonna have this full of hoppers and chests just to collect slime balls infinitely and have them just easily accessible right up near my base. Well, that's that. So, time to go dig up the rest of the stone, dirt, everything in the way between us and an all-powerful slime farm. Well, I was prepping, trying to build the slime farm, and I instead fell into a big hole when I wasn't looking, and now all my stuff is at the bottom. Where I just this one hole. Oh, that's rough. Well, that's gonna make all my stuff go everywhere. Ooh. Alrighty, we gotta be creative about this. We're gonna get these hitboxes going. Try to find the rest of our stuff. Oh, ow. Alright, what did that get us? Some diamonds. But not any more of our armor. Or a weapon. Oh, we found the other... some of our armor. Alrighty. There's a bunch of our other stuff. And that's... down there. It's probably the rest of it. So, before I fell, I was finishing another level of the slime farm we're working on. While I was gallivanting on the surface to get some more torches. That's what I lost. Well, a slime actually spawned. And I got some slime blocks, but it seems those are gone with the wind. Time to see if things are still spawning. I used Miniad to generate the 24 block spawn sphere. Ooh, that sounds hopeful. On this level. There you are. Look, a slime. Alrighty. Only 7. But that makes us the pistons we need at least. Now, time to keep going. We already got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. I want to go for at least, say, 3. We'll see if we can go 5 more. And then we'll use that as our farm. Alrighty. Oh yeah, and I'm using the Ilmango design. Okay. We have made quite a bit of progress here. I've already set up the Bubble Vader Express up from the bottom. And I've set up a collection point. We still need to put in our iron golems. And we need to finish off this kill zone area. However, I do not have any magma blocks, or I only have like 4 of them. So, we are going to explore the nether for a bit and gather some magma blocks for ourselves. I could probably also use campfires, couldn't I? And that just decided to disappear. And those are the magma blocks we are looking for. Now, do we have some near us? Ah! So many. I hate the number of ghasts we have around here. Please die. Ooh. I totally meant to do that. Totally. Well, these are much less of a hassle to get than I thought they would be. There, now the only thing we are going to need is the magma blocks, a minecart, well, a hopper minecart, to run on the track. And we are going to need about, I think, maybe about 10 iron golems. Alrighty, now we head up our next challenge, which is to ensure that all of this gets delivered to where it needs to go. So I've picked up this, brought this dropper along. No. That's not great. Okay. So, I thought of trying to piggyback off the signal here in order to power a observer. Now it spits it out. And then to only have it activated when it's we can switch this up a bit. Alrighty, now we need to invert that signal, which we can do quite simply like so. Nope. Awesome. So that all gets put into a water stream. Alrighty, this seems to be working as intended. Now, time to put in the golems. Okie doke, we have hopefully finished our slime farm. And is it optimized? No. Is it pretty? No. Does it work? Ooh, hopefully. So where I'm standing right now should enable spawns to occur because we are just outside that 24 block sphere. So I'm going to AFK here for just a little bit and we are going to see how much slime we're actually getting if we're actually able to get any slime using this setup and assuming I haven't screwed anything up. So yeah, let's go check it out. I've been AFKing here for a while and the rates really aren't that great. However, for our purposes, this is more than good enough for what we need right now, and we have learned a valuable lesson. If you're wondering where the gold helmet went, I ran into some zombies, and one of them donated this lovely cap. But these slime balls right here, plus what we got from killing the slimes earlier manually with our sword, is gives us more than enough to get our piston plan ready. I guess I will call it that. So when I've been testing in my creative, I know I said we were just gonna do winging it, but this is redstone and I prefer not to go in completely blind with that. Is a system, you know what? I'm just gonna show you. So, and here is my kind of quick creative test world. Yeah, I was testing earlier with some, thought I'd test some building designs. Not that I was, doing great. But this is the star of the show right here. This was kind of my ground level, test setup. This is the full setup, and this is what it's, kind of going to look like, minus this node block here, because that is actually unnecessary. We are going to extrude the stone brick wall here to hide this hole here that's going to be necessary. And this is going to be kind of the basic setup. So I believe it's this button here. Nope, other way around. We hit this button. And we get dropped down. And over here, you see our method for getting back up. It doesn't spit us up all the way because the mechanism otherwise doesn't quite work. However, using a slime block and another piston, we can do this. And we find ourselves back up top. So I'm gonna kind of build this system exactly like this in the survival world. And yeah, we'll go from there. Alrighty, as you will have seen in the replay, we got it all built, and it's also all working. This one's, of course, the simplest, because that just needs to drop us down. This one, however, I also have the button up here, needs to shoot us back up. So what's going to happen is a bubble vader will probably come out here, and we'll just boop, land right here. And then we will stand right here, hit this button, and get shot up. Nice and easy. Now comes the perilous part of standing right here and digging straight down so we can match the Y level of the skeleton farm. And this giant sphere right here is just the spawn radius of mobs from that area, because I'm gonna make it another task to light up every single cave and the entire surface, just to make it so hopefully we can make the slime farm just a little bit more efficient, because it's truly atrocious. Well then, time to find out, actually, I was gonna say we have to go find out, but I wrote down the Y level of the skeleton farm. So, off we pop. And we have finished. The skeleton the skeleton farm itself hasn't been built yet, but our way down has been finished. So, we just hit this button, we drop down, splash down. Over here is our way up again. But in this direction, we have our skeleton spawner. Now, this blue here that you're looking at is part of Mini HUD, and I put this here just as an example to show you what the spawning radius of this spawner is like. So everything in a 4x4 radius of this spawner can spawn a skeleton when a player is close enough and when the light level is 0. So what we want to do is expand these walls here, or push these walls out, to ensure that we have a 4x4 drop radius. But what we also want to do is push down the floor, and then we'll put water streams underneath so that when the skeletons spawn, they fall into the water and they will get pushed down into kind of a collection point with a bubble vader. That bubble vader will then shoot them up about 20-ish blocks, and it will ferry them over in this direction, and then we'll just drop them smack dab here in the middle. And what that'll do is reduce them down to 1 health, which will make them easier to kill and will let us get XP just that little bit faster. I'll be showing the build through yet another replay, but until then, you will not hear my voice, and I am not going to, say any other explanation in between. There are plenty of other videos on farms. If you want the specifics, like the real specifics on everything, that's not what I'm about. Better people have done that before, and YouTube is full of those tutorials. So, alrighty, I'm gonna get started. I will catch you later. And we're about done here. We're about to put the finishing touches on our farm here. I just realized that this setup is not that great, because as soon as I do this, that gives them something to land on, which means they aren't gonna hit that. Excuse me. So hopefully if I just keep this on here, this will be fine, but I'll most likely switch this out for something a little different, probably just regular glass, or I'll switch it out for cobbled deep slate, or just any kind of block really. Well, time to put this farm to the test though. Take out this last torch. Oh, we already got people spawning. Let's see how this goes. Alrighty, he's up. And he's moving over. I've set up like this because then the speed of the mob stays pretty decent. Because the last 3 blocks are just generally really slow. Already now we have 1 fall without armor. And having them move over. Falling their 22 blocks. Okay, let's see. We can't do the one hit. Because of the slab. That's not helpful, and loot's also falling out, so also not what we want happening. And now we have our perfect little skelly farm. Oh. Almost. We almost have our perfect little skelly farm. That's not supposed to come to us. Oop. I'm sure I'll be able to work it out. But yeah, anyway. I think I'm gonna call it there. See you next episode.